Beloved chosen one, prepare yourselves, because what I'm going to reveal is not just powerful, but also transforming. Understand what you are reading right now. It's not a coincidence. God led you here for a reason. Something exceptional is occurring in your life, even if you can't see it clearly yet. The miraculous time you've been hoping for has arrived, and the love your heart has longed for is closer than you think. That profound longing you've harbored. The prayers were spoken in isolation. Hope cultivated through adversity is no longer a faraway dream. God has given His approval, and it's going to take shape in ways you never could have imagined. This is more than just a moment of personal discovery. You are undergoing a heavenly makeover as one of God's chosen ones. You're about to enter a season in which everything comes together. Waiting, hardships, and moments of uncertainty. Everyone was preparing you for this. Now you're on the verge of entering the love and relationship that God has planned for you. Are you ready to let go of your doubts and totally enjoy the benefits that are unfolding before you? In Ecclesiastes, the Bible reminds us of the three most important things in life. Every purpose under God has its own season and time. Your season is arrived. God's plan is flawless, and His timing is exquisite. Even when you wondered if love would ever find you, He was preparing the perfect person for you. Think about the narrative of Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis 24. When the timing was right, God organized every detail so that they worked in perfect harmony. That same heavenly symphony is currently working in your life. But here's the key. This miraculous metamorphosis involves your active involvement. You must match your heart, intellect, and deeds with God's will. Let go of past worries, uncertainties, and self-imposed constraints. Walk confidently and faithfully into the manifestation of the love you've hoped for. This isn't simply about meeting people. It is about gaining a greater level of faith in God's promises for your life. Before we dive deeper into this insight, I want you to do three things. Pause for a moment. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment with the number 11. This is not only a symbolic gesture. It is a confession of faith, an acknowledgement to the cosmos and God that you are prepared to receive the number. 999 symbolizes completion and fresh beginnings. Exactly what is occurring in your life right now. If you sensed a stirring in your soul, you already know this message is intended for you. Stay with me to the finish, because what follows will prepare you to begin this remarkable chapter of your life. God's chosen one. Your true love is approaching. God has given His approval. The chosen one. Have you ever questioned why now? Why is this love entering your life at this exact moment? The solution rests in the perfection of divine timing. Every adversity you've faced, every obstacle you've surmounted, and every period of solitude you've experienced has prepared you for this precious time. God has been guiding you step by step, preparing your heart and spirit to receive a profound and divinely destined love. This is not a coincidental or temporary link. It is part of God's flawless design that you arrive at the exact time He planned. So, might all your sorrow, waiting, and unanswered prayers have prepared you for this wonderful blessing? The Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He made everything lovely in its time. Your trials weren't in vain. They were honing your spirit, fortifying your character, and teaching you patience. Now, as you stand on the verge of this divine love, realize that every cry, prayer, and moment of surrender has led you here. This love is not just a relationship. It represents the climax of your spiritual quest. You've endured challenges that many people can never completely grasp. However, those hardships fashioned you into the tough and devoted person you are today. Your soul, like gold, has been cleaned by fire, ready you to accept a love that coincides with God's larger purpose for your life. Have you considered that this love is not just for your own fulfillment, but also as a witness to others of God's faithfulness? Consider Job, who suffered unspeakable grief, yet stayed strong in his faith. In the end, God restored him and blessed him richly. Similarly, your endurance has led you to the threshold of benefits you were always destined to receive. The cosmos, under God's supervision, knew you needed this exact time to develop, mature, and become the person capable of entering this holy union. This love is more than simply personal delight. It is part of a larger design. You and your counterpart are meant to be together not just for love reasons, but also to achieve something far larger. A ripple effect of compassion, healing, and change will affect people around you. Consider the narrative of Abraham and Sarah. Genesis 21. Despite their years of waiting and mistrust, God honored his promise to them in his perfect timing by delivering them Isaac, a kid of destiny. Your patience, like Abraham and Sarah's, has not gone to waste. God's promises are true, and this love is part of his divine plan for your life. What if your relationship inspires and gives hope to those who are still waiting for their blessings? This is more than simply a collaboration. It is the expression of divine intent. Your love story is intended to praise God and show the world what occurs when we trust his timing and yield to his purpose. Can you feel the gravity of this situation? Can you sense that your life is going to alter in ways you never imagined? Accept this love with confidence, knowing that it is divinely sent and perfectly matched with God's plan for your life. The chosen one. You are on the verge of experiencing a love that will not only change your life, but also make an unforgettable mark on the world around you. Do you understand the gravity of what is happening right now? This is not simply another chapter in your story. It represents the fulfillment of a heavenly promise. You are not just lucky. You were picked. This is not a title of vanity, but rather a profound reality that God has decreed for you. He has linked the cosmos to deliver you love beyond your wildest dreams. A love that will help you reach your full potential and align your life with your soul's divine destiny. You've gone through so much to get to this point. Every year, every grief, and every unanswered prayer prepared you for what lay ahead. Isaiah 61 verse 3 states that God will bestow a crown of beauty for ashes, oil of gladness for sorrow, and a robe of praise. Rather than a mood of hopelessness, your struggles were not ignored. They were seen, treasured, and used by God to shape you into someone capable of accepting a love that is not just beautiful, but transformational. This love is your prize, a spiritual gift that was always intended for you. Being selected does not imply being elevated in the sight of the world. It signifies you are profoundly linked to something far bigger than yourself. You have been summoned to a greater purpose, and now God has blessed you with a companion who will accompany you while you complete that purpose. Think about Mary and Joseph. Their union was not based on personal convenience or rank. It was about the divine purpose. Together, they cultivated humanity's greatest gift, Jesus Christ. Similarly, your love is a divine union created to serve a greater purpose that only you and your spouse can complete. Have you considered how this love would not only offer you joy, but will also glorify God as you spend your life together? This isn't only about finding a companion. It's about finding someone who complements your spiritual mission. You have been prepared for this time in ways you may not be aware of. Every lesson, every grief, and every season of waiting was meticulously planned by God to ensure that you were prepared to receive this love like gold refined in fire. You've been polished, and you're now ready to accept a love that coincides with your ultimate purpose. Romans 8:18 reminds us that our current sufferings are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed in us. That splendor is soon to manifest in your life. The cosmos, under God's supervision, has been preparing for this union, which is now taking place in front of your own eyes. God's time is always perfect, even when it feels like you've been waiting too long. Have you ever pondered why love has eluded you in the past? It wasn't because you weren't worthy. God was planning something remarkable. Every pain and grief was a step in the divine plan that brought you to this beautiful moment. Just as Ruth, faith, and loyalty guided her to Boaz, a relationship of significant significance. Your trust has led you to this love, which will transform your life. This is the moment you have been waiting for. The chosen one. All of the suffering, loneliness, and times of uncertainty were not in vain. They were strengthening you, expanding your faith, and preparing your heart to absorb heavenly love. The wait is done, and you are entering a season in which your heart will be full in ways you never thought imaginable. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us that the Lord knows the plans He has for us, and they are to prosper rather than hurt us. Plans for giving you hope and a future. This love is part of the plan. God has given His approval. The love that is going to enter your life is more than simply a blessing. It is the realization of your soul's most profound goals and divine purpose. You are about to go on a journey that will alter your life forever. Are you prepared to welcome it? The chosen one. Trust in the process. Accept the adventure and understand that this precious connection is going to transform your life in ways you never dreamed. This is more than simply another connection. It's the secret to become the strong, meaningful person you were meant to be. The time has arrived. Your true love has arrived. And God has painstakingly placed the elements of your life that were previously strewn to precisely coincide with His divine plan. Do you feel a shift within yourself? Are you ready to start this new chapter? Ecclesiastes 3:1 of the Bible teaches us about everything. Every purpose under God has its own season and time. You've made it through your season of waiting, healing, and development. And now is the time to harvest the rewards that God has planned for you. Your divine counterpart is ready, and the cosmos is perfectly aligned with God's plan for your existence. This is the moment you have been waiting for, a love so profound and timeless. It will alter not only your heart, but your entire existence. This is not a typical connection. It is a mystical, spiritual tie that extends beyond all you have ever known. This love is not based on ephemeral feelings or superficial attractions. It is spiritual, everlasting, and created by God for a greater purpose. Consider the account of Adam and Eve from Genesis 2:18-24. God stated that it is not right for man to live alone, and He created Eve as Adam's divine counterpart. The relationship was more than simply companionship. It was a partnership designed to steward creation together. Similarly, the love that is entering your life is more than just fulfilling your emotional needs. It is about serving a greater purpose than yourself. This is a partnership designed by God, linked by His divine plan to accomplish far more than each of you could alone. This spiritual bond extends beyond time, place, and the material world. Unlike worldly relationships, spiritual love is not motivated by outward affirmation or bodily wants. It is a profound soul connection that speaks to the core of who you are. Have you ever had a craving for something timeless, undefined by earthly standards? That yearning is about to be realized. This love has been waiting to emerge. When you encounter your heavenly counterpart, you will experience great spiritual awareness. It will feel as if your spirit has finally returned home, reminding you of your mission and why you were placed here at this moment. The Bible states in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4:27. Love is patient. Love is nice. It always protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres. This love represents these facts. It will push you to grow, encourage you when you're down, and motivate you to reach your best potential. This is not a love that remains stationary. It is one that encourages you to develop and become the best version of yourself. This love will force you to rise beyond your limits and courageously enter the life God has called you to lead, just as David was strengthened by adversity to fulfill his destiny as king. Can you conceive a love so strong that it changes not just your life, but also your perception of yourself? This is the love you're about to experience. It is not intended to be easy. It will stretch, refine, and lift you to levels you never imagined imaginable. But it will also be the greatest gift, enabling you to live with purpose, passion, and divine harmony. My buddy, this is the love that has been written into your life script from the beginning. It is now. Trust in God's time and confidently enter the love He has planned for you. It's everlasting, sacred, and uniquely yours. A love that would not only satisfy your soul, but also motivate you to transform the world. Are you ready to embrace this heavenly connection and live the magnificent life God has prepared for you? The chosen one. Your true love is inscribed in the stars. This is not a coincidence. No chance encounter. It is part of a divine design that began before you were born. Have you ever stopped to reflect on how flawlessly everything in your life has led you to this point? The cosmos, guided by God, has already harmonized every aspect, ensuring that you and your divine counterpart will meet at the appropriate moment. This love is not typical. It is sacrosanct, a part of a larger cosmic plan that goes beyond the world's comprehension of love. In Jeremiah 1 verse 5, God reveals, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you as He knew you." He also knew the person He had chosen for you. Divine hands have arranged your union, guaranteeing that everything will fall into place at the appropriate time. This is more than simply you meeting someone. It is about a higher cause than oneself, a relationship woven into the fabric of God's eternal purpose. When this love arrives, it will be like returning home. You'll feel an unshakable recognition, as if you've known this individual for lifetimes and in a spiritual sense. Your spirits are connected, travel along various routes, yet you'll always end up back together. Consider the narrative of Jacob and Rachel from Genesis 29. Despite years of waiting and labor, Jacob's love for Rachel remained unwavering. Their union was divinely predestined, and Jacob's patience was rewarded in God's perfect timing. Jacob knew Rachel was the one. When you encounter your heavenly counterpart, you will experience the same level of unwavering confidence. Are you ready to accept the reunion that your soul has been longing for? This love is divinely designed and sanctioned by God. It is not a typical relationship. It is a spiritual tie established to serve a greater goal. You and your counterpart will not only enjoy the beauty of love, but will also complete a heavenly duty. This love drives your soul's growth, driving you to grow, heal, and realize your full potential. Your relationship, like Esther's, has importance beyond personal satisfaction. It is linked to God's larger purpose as divine love arrives. Preparation is crucial. The universe is asking you to let go of any lingering hurts, doubts, or anxieties. Are you holding on to previous hurt that may be preventing you from receiving the love you desire? This unique bond can only blossom if your heart is open and willing. Ephesians 4:31-32 tells us to let go of every bitterness, fury, and anger. Be kind and sympathetic to one another, and forgive as Christ did. God forgiven you. Now is the moment to address any unresolved emotional anguish. Forgive yourself and others, and make room in your heart for this tremendous love. Preparation for this love entails more than simply outward inner preparation. It requires an inward shift. You need to connect with your higher self, align with God's divine plan for your life, and completely embrace self-love. Have you considered that this love is both a blessing and a responsibility to be honored? You must treat it with care, knowing that it will need growth, self-awareness, and faith. This love will push you to grow, to overcome limits, and to confidently walk into your full strength as the person God made you to be. Believe that the cosmos has guided you every step of the way. God's timing is never early or late. It's always perfect. The better you prepare yourself spiritually, emotionally, and cognitively, the more connected you will be. When this love enters your life, Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us to trust in the Lord with all our hearts and not rely on our own knowledge in all our ways. Submit to Him, and He will straighten your path until you can yield to divine timing. Knowing that your divine counterpart is being directed to you in the same way that you are being guided to them. The chosen one. Open your heart, trust the process, and take a step of faith. This divine union is closer than you realize, and it is unlike anything you've ever known. It is not only about finding a companion, it is about carrying out the purpose for which God has called you. Are you ready to accept this wonderful love and the life you were meant to live? The chosen one. Patience is an irrefutable power at those moments when you want to give up on love, when the weight of disappointment and loneliness becomes crushing. God was working behind the scenes to prepare you for something far larger than you could have imagined. Your hardships, heartbreaks, and even moments of uncertainty about love were not in vain. They were necessary components of your soul's growth. Have you ever thought that the waiting itself was a gift that shaped you into the person you are now? Patience is not only a passive behavior. It is a strong statement of faith in God's perfect plan for your life. In Psalm 27:14, we are encouraged to wait on the Lord, be strong, and let our hearts take courage. Wait for the Lord. Every hour you spent waiting was an act of faith, demonstrating your confidence that God's timetable is always superior to your own. And now, as you stand on the brink of this heavenly love, you will realize that every tear, prayer, and silent moment of hope was worthwhile. Waiting hasn't weakened you. It refined you. With each passing day, you get stronger, more resilient, and more equipped to accept the love that is about to revolutionize your life. The cosmos does not encourage impatience, but it does celebrate those who believe in the divine timing of their trip. Every moment of desire, every season of loneliness had prepared you for this moment. Consider the narrative of Abraham and Sarah. Genesis 21. They waited years for God's promise of a child, facing doubt and uncertainty along the way. However, when the promise was realized, it was more beautiful and significant than they could have dreamed. God is now repaying your patience, just as He did with theirs. Have you considered how your season of waiting has made space for this wonderful love? This love that is entering your life is more than simply a brief relationship. It is a spiritual tie that will bridge the gaps between all those lonely days and uneasy nights. It will be the answer to the prayers you uttered in times of doubt. Isaiah 40:31 reassures us. But those who wait on the Lord will be renewed in vigor. They will rise up with wings like eagles. They will sprint without becoming exhausted. They will stroll and not faint. This is your time of rejuvenation, when every struggle becomes a source of strength and every sorrow turns into joy. Chosen One believes that the cosmos and God have heard your petition. The love that is going to enter your life is no ordinary love. It's the ideal individual, perfectly fitted to your soul. This is the pinnacle of your faith, patience, and endurance. Can you feel a transformation in your soul? A readiness to accept this love? This moment was worth the wait. The love you are going to receive will be so powerful and rewarding that any difficulties you may face will seem insignificant. So take heart, since this is your season. The wait is done, and the love that is on its way will not only fill your heart, but also push you toward your best destiny. Trust in God's timeline and know that what He has planned for you is far better than you could possibly anticipate. Are you ready to accept this divine blessing and embrace the love you've been yearning for? One of the most difficult yet rewarding things you can do is believe in God's perfect plan for your life. Surrendering to divine love demands more than just hope. It demands trust, faith to let go of your need to control outcomes, faith to let go of your anxieties, and faith to accept the fact that God's plan is incomparably better than anything you could have imagined. Have you ever considered how much serenity you may discover if you completely surrendered to His timetable in love and life? Trusting that the appropriate person will come at the perfect moment keeps your heart open and your soul focused on His goal. When you let go of the need to push events and instead believe in the flow of God's perfect plan, you make room for miracles to occur. God's timing is perfect, and it also applies to your real love. By letting go of your fears and expectations, you enable His gifts to flow freely into your life. Have you been hanging onto worries or doubts that are preventing you from accepting the love He has prepared for you? Only when you completely yield to His plan will you realize how each step, no matter how difficult, is bringing you closer to your heavenly counterpart. Trusting God's plan is recognizing that even when the route appears obscure, it is always leading you closer to your goal. Think about Joseph's travels in Genesis 37:50. His siblings betrayed him and sold him into slavery. Joseph underwent years of struggle. Throughout each tribulation, however, God's hand guided him to a destiny far greater than he could have anticipated. Likewise, the heavenly hand is writing your love narrative. Every twist and turn, delay, and grief has prepared you for a love that is both beautiful and sacred. Have you considered how your trials may have prepared you for the love you are going to receive? The love that comes into your life is not ordinary. It's extraordinary. You will feel it deep within your spirit. A relationship that extends well beyond surface characteristics or mutual interests. When you find your genuine love, your spirit will know them. It will feel like returning home, as if your soul has finally discovered the tranquility it has been looking for. Ephesians 1:11 teaches us that in Him we have received an inheritance, having been predetermined for His purpose, who does everything in accordance with His desire. This bond was predetermined, and nothing in this world can prevent what God has planned. So relationships are amazing because they cross time and place, existing outside the corporeal world. When you meet this individual, it may not seem like a classic love at first sight. Instead, it might be a palpable sensation of serenity, familiarity, and harmony that fills your heart. Consider the tale of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth 2-4. Ruth's path to Boaz was distinguished not by spectacular emotions, but by God's peaceful orchestration, which brought them together for a cause bigger than themselves. Similarly, your connection will emerge with divine clarity, demonstrating that it was always intended to be selected. 1. This is the point at which everything in your life begins to align. You'll discover that the love you've been looking for is neither transitory nor shallow. It is a deep and lasting link that will drive you to your full potential. Allow yourself to be caught up in the wonder of the moment. Trust that the parts of your life are coming into place just as God intended. Are you prepared to accept this love with an open heart, trusting completely in God's flawless plan? This is not simply a love story. It is a supernatural marriage that will change your life and bring praise to the one who organized everything, the chosen one. A soul connection is not the same as any other type of love. It is everlasting, unchanging, and divinely designed. When you meet your true love, you will realize that God Himself wrote this relationship into the stars' plan before time started. Have you ever felt that your heart was connected to someone you hadn't met yet? This is the nature of the soul connection. An invisible thread connects your hearts, and nothing in this world can separate them. True love grows when you allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's tempting to create barriers around your heart after being disappointed or heartbroken. But God is calling us to trust anew, to let go of our fears, and to open our hearts to the love He has prepared for us. 2 Timothy 1:7 tells us that God gave us a spirit of strength, love, and self-control rather than fear. Vulnerability is not indicative of weakness. It demonstrates your strength and trust. When you let down your guard, you let the person God has chosen for you to see the real you. Your anxieties, hopes, scars, and lovely heart. Consider the story of Isaiah and Gomer from the Bible. Josiah 1-3. Despite Gomer's shortcomings and unfaithfulness, Isaiah's love, prescribed by God, remained constant. This type of heavenly love sees past flaws. The person God has selected for you will accept you for who you are, loving you not despite, but because of your shortcomings. They will encourage you to be your true self, fostering a sense of safety, healing, and progress. Are you ready to let go of your anxieties and allow this love to enter your life? True love is more than simply romantic sentiments. When your divine counterpart enters your life, you will experience a spiritual awakening. You will go through a deep transition that changes the very core of who you are. This is the type of love that wakes your soul to its greater destiny. Ephesians 4:23 instructs us to be entirely humble and gentle, patient, and loving with one another. Make every effort to maintain spiritual oneness via the bond of peace. This union will not just affect your relationship status. It will help you better understand yourself, your purpose, and your connection to God. You and your true love will go on a journey of healing, development, and enlightenment. This heavenly love will serve as a mirror, reflecting both your brightness and shade. It will push you to develop, face your fears, and heal old wounds like gold, refined, and fire. This love will purify you and drive you to be the finest version of yourself. Think about Ruth and Boaz. Ruth 2:2-4. Their relationship was not just about personal bliss. It was all about achieving God's goal. Similarly, true love will assist you in realizing your entire potential, directing you toward your soul's purpose and God's plan for your life. Can you see how this love is about purpose as well as romance? Is your true love approaching? It's reasonable to have misgivings. You may wonder if this love is real, if it seems too wonderful to be true, or if you even deserve it. These worries arise from previous hurts. But remember that God has approved of this love. Divine destiny leaves no space for doubt. Jeremiah 31:3 reminds us, "I have loved you with an eternal affection. When uncertainties emerge, I always reach out to you with love." Take a deep breath and remind yourself of the truth. You are deserving. You have been picked for a purpose. And this love is part of God's perfectly designed plan for you. It is time to let go of our fears and accept the power of this love. Let go of any prior sorrow or experiences that have led you to mistrust yourself. God is providing you a fresh chapter, a love that is unwavering, lasting, and transformational. Do you feel you're prepared to accept it? Belief is one of the most potent weapons for producing love. When you really believe that your true love is on its way, you align with the energy of love and open the door for it to enter. Mark 11:24 informs us that whatever we ask for in prayer, believe we have received it, and it will be ours. Manifesting real love is not about wishful thinking. It's all about trusting in God's plan, setting your intentions, and trusting that what is meant for you will come to you. The chosen one. This love is coming, providing healing, progress, and a stronger connection to your soul's mission. Open your heart, trust in divine timing, and ready to accept the love you were always meant to have. My buddy, you have the ability to create the life and love you want by focusing on the traits you seek in a relationship, the love you want to share, and the future you hope to build. You are creating the conditions for your soulmate to arrive. Have you taken a time to imagine the love God has prepared for you? When you match your energy with the frequency of love, you communicate to the universe and God that you are open to receiving. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 20 verse 374, as he thinks in his heart, so is he. When your thoughts and heart are focused on love, you connect with the divine plan and attract the ideal partner into your life. Trust in your own strength as well as God's knowledge, which is always there to guide you. The love you've longed for is not a pipe dream. It is manifesting at this precise time. Isaiah 60:22 promises that when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Your waiting period was never squandered. It was a period of preparing your heart and spirit for the incredible love that is on its way. Believe that every cry, every prayer, and every moment of doubt were part of the path to this holy unity. Your genuine love is more than simply a romantic relationship. It's a sacred relationship. By God, a love that goes beyond everything you've ever experienced. Have you ever felt as if your heart was being readied for something greater than you could comprehend? This is the moment. As you stand on the verge of this great blessing, the love that was meant for you is about to enter your life at the perfect time. Let rid of your fears and uncertainties. Open your arms and heart to receive the love you've been yearning for. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know what plans I have for you," declares that the Lord intends to prosper you rather than hurt you. Plans for giving you hope and a future. Trust in his plan is bigger than you could ever understand. This is your time, your opportunity to accept a love that has been divinely created for you. Step forth with unflinching confidence, believing in God's perfect timing. Your love story is not coincidental. It is a masterpiece written by the Creator himself. Reflect on Rebekah and Isaac's narrative. Genesis 24. Rebekah's trip to Isaac was neither hasty or uncertain, but was led by God's hand. When the timing was right, God planned every aspect of their relationship, bringing them together in a heavenly manner. Just as their love was predestined, so is yours. Everything you've gone through, all the heartbreaks, lessons, and diversions, has prepared you for this moment. Have you ever wondered why love seems to take so long to find you? The fact is that God has been quietly working behind the scenes to coordinate every aspect of your life so that your true love may arrive at the right time. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that in everything, God works for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose." Even such times, such as setbacks, were part of his larger plan, bringing you closer to the love you were destined to have. Trusting in divine timing is yielding to God's wisdom and believing that he sees the broader picture. There's no need to rush or force anything. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Every action has its own time and season beneath the stars. When the moment is right, the universe will show you your true love. And in that moment, you'll see how wonderfully everything has fallen into place. Can you imagine the tranquility that comes from knowing that your love story has been divinely designed, with every detail already taken care of? The chosen one. The wait is ended. Your real love is here, and the trip you are about to go on will change your life in ways you never imagined imaginable. Accept this divine union with trust and thanks, understanding that it is more than simply a gift. It's your fate. Open your heart, trust the process, and let God's perfect plan to develop. This is the love you were always destined to have, and it will fill your life with purpose, pleasure, and an unbreakable connection to the divine, beloved chosen one. The beauty of divine timing is that it relieves stress by allowing you to let go of the desire to control when and accept the now. You open yourself up to accept the gifts that God has always planned for you. Have you ever considered the possibility that the waiting was a preparation rather than a delay? True love is on its way, and it will arrive at the perfect time, perfectly consistent with God's plan for your life. One of the most effective methods to prepare for this love is to practice forgiveness. We frequently carry the weight of previous wounds, betrayals, and disappointments, allowing them to cloud our hearts and keep us from truly embracing the love that awaits us. Ephesians 4:31-32 encourages us to put away every bitterness, wrath, indignation, clamor, and slander, as well as all malice. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, and forgiving, just as God in Christ forgave you. Forgiveness does not excuse the wrongs done to you. It is about letting go of the bitterness and anguish that has kept you confined. It is an act of love for both yourself and the life you are about to embark on. When you choose forgiveness, you release your heart from the bonds of the past. You make room for healing, regeneration, and the healthy, transformational love that God intends for you. Consider the fences you have placed around your heart, walls that may have provided protection after a traumatic event. While these shields may have kept you safe from harm, they also prevent you from experiencing the love you desire. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks these boundaries, softening and preparing your heart to welcome the great love that is on the way. Consider the story of Joseph and his brothers. Genesis 45 describes Joseph's betrayal by his own family and subsequent sale into slavery. However, when he was reunited with his siblings, he chose forgiveness over resentment. His words, "Do not be concerned or furious with yourself because you sold me here for the sake of life, since God sent me before you." Genesis 45 verse 5 reflects a heart that understands the power of forgiveness and God's larger plan. Like Joseph, forgiveness has the power to convert suffering into purpose, allowing you to receive the rewards God has planned for you. Are you ready to let go of the past and embrace the freedom that forgiveness provides? True love necessitates vulnerability, and vulnerability cannot exist in the midst of unforgiveness. When you forgive, you open your heart to the potential of love without fear or doubt. Colossians 13 tells us to be patient and forgive one another if we have a disagreement with someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. This act of grace not only helps you to recover, but it also prepares you for the divine love that is going to enter your life. Forgiveness is a process, a journey of letting go, and it starts with one decision. Let go of the past. Choose one. Let go of the sorrow, hurt, and resentment that no longer serve you well. You create place for the glorious, transformational love that God has planned for you. Are you prepared to welcome this love with an open heart, free of the shadows of the past? Your true love is nearby. However, Genuine love takes a gentle, open, and unburdened heart. Let forgiveness be the key that unlocks the door to your next chapter. Trust that God is directing you, that the time is ideal, and that the love that enters your life will be all you've hoped for and more. Open your heart, trust in His plan, and ready to accept the heavenly love you are destined to have. The chosen one. True love is more than simply words and acts. It is the unsaid soul, a profound connection that goes beyond words and rationality. When you meet your heavenly counterpart, you'll realize that love is much more than gestures and promises. It is the calm, knowing, profound realization that you are actually seen, understood, and treasured in ways you have never known before. This relationship will be based on your soul's harmony rather than common interests or transitory attractiveness. Have you ever wanted a love that goes beyond the surface? A love that communicates straight with your spirit. You will sense this deep connection in the way your hearts align. How to communicate without using words. And how your energy complement each other so well. It's the type of connection that takes your breath away, reminding you of the divine hand that brought you together. Ecclesiastes 4,292:10 tells us to be better than one, since they receive a favorable return for their efforts. For if one of them falls, the other will help him up. This love is a gift intended to raise and empower you as you journey through life together, linked by an eternal and unbreakable relationship. True love transcends transient feelings and ephemeral experiences. This is a spiritual relationship, timeless, and think about the narrative of Jonathan and David. 1 Samuel is 18 years old. For a clean and profound link that connected Jonathan's soul to David's. Although their relationship was not romantic, it demonstrates the type of connection that goes beyond words, where loyalty, understanding, and love are felt at the soul level. When you meet your heavenly counterpart, you'll know it's meant to be because it resonates with every aspect of your existence. Are you prepared to embrace a love that defies logic and exceeds all expectations? The depth of heavenly love is much beyond anything you can fathom. It is a love that mends the shattered pieces of your heart, raises your soul, and changes your life in ways you never imagined possible with your real love. You will have an indescribable sense of calm and contentment. Together, you will go through life as one, bound by a link written in the stars and decreed by God. For I am sure that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the presidency nor the future, nor any powers will be able to separate us from God's love that is in Christ Jesus, our Lord. Romans 8:38-39. This heavenly love reflects that unbreakable, everlasting bond, reminding you that it is not of this world, but of God's flawless creation. The path to genuine love is rarely simple, but each step is an essential part of your preparation. The hurdles, disappointments, and moments of uncertainty you encountered were not intended to defeat you. They were supposed to purify you. Consider the tale of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth, too, because Ruth's road was not without challenges. However, by her loyalty and confidence in God, she was led to a love that enriched her life and fulfilled her destiny. Similarly, each struggle you've faced has shaped you into the person you are now, ready to accept the great love that awaits you. Have you ever thought that the delays and hardships on your trip were not detours, but rather stepping stones, pushing you closer to your true love? Each event has provided you with insight, patience, and strength, preparing your heart to properly receive the love God has for you. Believe that these challenges were not in vain. They were part of a larger plan to help you evolve and align with your divine counterpart, the chosen one. This is not a transient romance. It is a collaboration that will change every aspect of your life. It is a bond that will remind you of God's mercy, timing, and perfect purpose. Step forward with trust, knowing that each step you've made has gotten you closer to the love you've always desired. Open your heart, cast aside your misgivings, and ready to accept the divine connection that will transform everything. Are you ready to embrace the love that has been waiting for you all along? The chosen one. The journey is equally vital as the goal. Every step you take on this journey teaches you something, grows you, and transforms you into the person you're meant to be. Have you ever thought that the issues you experience are actually stepping stones rather than obstacles? This experience will prepare you for something higher. Though things may not always go well, it is necessary for you to completely understand and welcome the divine love that is going to enter your life. Even the tough times, heartbreaks, waiting, and uncertainty are preparing you for a love that will heal, empower, and inspire you in ways you never imagined imaginable. Trusting the journey is accepting the reality that everything good and terrible is part of God's perfect plan. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in everything, God works for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. Even when the way seems uncertain, you may be confident that each encounter is bringing you closer to the love that will revolutionize your life. Each difficulty you confront is not arbitrary. It is an intentional component of your spiritual preparation. Imagine the narrative of Joseph. Genesis 3750. Despite being sold into slavery and experiencing several tribulations, Joseph's path brought him to a place of immense purpose and joy. Similarly, each step on your journey brings you closer to the person you were intended to be with. Are you willing to believe that your journey will lead to something beautiful? When the universe's gods unite to bring divine love into your life, you will begin to notice signals and synchronicities that indicate your soulmate's presence. These aren't coincidences. These are supernatural communications that guide and reassure. You pay attention to the little cues around you. Have you ever observed repeated numbers or important coincidences occur when you least expect them? These are not random occurrences. They are subtle nudges from God to remind you that you are on the correct road. Think about how God utilized science to guide His people throughout the Bible. In Exodus 13:21, God led the Israelites through the desert with a pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night, as well as obvious signals. He is providing you with heavenly counsel through synchronicity and important occasions. Perhaps it's a song that strikes a chord in your heart, or a piece of scripture that speaks to your spirit, or a fortuitous encounter that seems divinely inspired. These indications are not to be ignored. They contribute to the orchestration of your love tale. True love is more than simply getting to the destination. It's about the path that gets you ready to receive it. Each step, struggle, and lesson strengthens your spirit, aligns your energy, and brings you closer to your divine counterpart. Proverbs 3:5-6 encourages us to trust the Lord with all our hearts and not rely on our own knowledge. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will straighten your path. Trust that every step you take, even the hardest ones, will bring you to the love that God has planned for you. As these indications and synchronicities begin to emerge, take them as confirmation that your heavenly union is approaching. These beautiful moments might occur suddenly as a chance meeting, a word of encouragement, or a startling understanding. However, they are part of God's plan to lead you. Have you paused to appreciate these times and thank God for His guidance? When you see these indications, allow them to reinforce your faith and remind you that the love you've been searching for isn't far away. Jeremiah 29:11 informs us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you rather than harm you, plans for giving you hope and a future. Your love story is playing out just as it should, and the indications around you are proof of God's hand at work. These synchronicities are His way of ensuring you that your path is divinely led and that your soulmate is closer than you realize. As you proceed, choose one. Accept these magical moments and believe that they are part of the bigger picture of your love journey. This is not only a coincidence, it's divine timing at work. Your real love is approaching, and each step along the way has prepared you to welcome it. Open your heart, believe in the process, and know that the love that awaits is worth every obstacle, lesson, and moment of waiting. Are you ready to experience the depth of God's love for you? Before your genuine love enters your life, you must first choose one. It is critical to build profound and lasting self-love. Loving yourself entirely is neither selfish nor arrogant. It acknowledges your worth as a creation of God. Have you ever thought that considering oneself as deserving is a kind of appreciating the one who created you? Self-love is the foundation for attracting love that is compatible with your highest good. It is about knowing your worth, accepting your own characteristics, and thinking that you deserve the finest that love has to give. Psalm 39:14 reminds us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully fashioned." Your work is great. When you look at yourself through the Creator's eyes, you understand this completely. You lift your soul, raise your frequency, and prepare to receive the love you were meant to have. Self-love is the practice of caring one's body, mind, and soul. It entails respecting your limits, accepting your uniqueness, and caring for oneself with care and respect. When you emphasize being the best version of yourself, you will naturally attract a mate who reflects your enthusiasm. Someone who acknowledges your worth and improves your life. Have you ever considered how the way you love yourself reflects the type of love you want to receive? Your real love will mirror your own self-love. If you treat yourself with care and patience, your heavenly companion will follow suit. This alignment of love starts with you. Consider Ruth's narrative in the Bible. Her persistence, devotion, and everlasting confidence in God brought her to Boaz, a man who valued her and treated her with love and respect. Ruth's path was one of self-esteem and faith in God's plans. Similarly, your journey of self-love and trust is preparing you for a heavenly union that will raise and transform you. Are you prepared to show yourself the love and attention that you hope to get in return? Self-love is an ongoing journey. It is not about perfection, but rather about personal progress and elegance as you improve yourself. You are preparing your heart to receive the love that is destined for you. True love has a healing power that is unlike anything you've ever experienced. When you meet your heavenly counterpart, you will experience a love that comforts your spirit and helps you let go of previous grief. 2 Corinthians 5:17 informs us that if anybody is in Christ, the new creation has arrived. The old has passed. The new is here. This love will offer a safe area for you to release emotional baggage, whether it stems from childhood scars, former relationships, or unresolved issues in this holy space. Love will take you to healing, development, and rejuvenation. Love has transformational power. It enables you to reach your greatest potential as a person and partner. Consider how Jesus' compassion for mankind altered lives, healed the brokenhearted, and restored hope to those who felt unworthy in a similar way. Your heavenly counterpart's love will mirror God's grace and allow you to perceive yourself in a new way. Have you ever imagined being loved that passionately and unconditionally? Your perspective shifted. You begin to view the world with more optimism, to live with a fresh purpose, and to believe in your own value like never before. This renewed confidence in your value will permeate every part of your existence. Proverbs 4:23 tells you to preserve your heart above all else, since everything you do springs from it. When you cultivate self-love and let divine love enter your life, you lay the groundwork for confidence, joy, and satisfaction. True love will affect not just your relationship, but also how you perceive yourself and the world around you. This is the type of love God has planned for you, one that offers healing, empowerment, and purpose. The chosen one. It is now. Accept self-love. Nurture your spirit and ready your heart for the revolutionary love that is approaching. Trust that every moment of self-care, every act of forgiveness, and every step of healing connects you to the divine love that will transform everything. Are you ready to embrace the love that God has for you? Open your heart, trust the process, and believe that the love that comes into your life will help you become the best version of yourself. The chosen one. True love is more than just someone who makes you happy. They are a heavenly catalyst for your healing, development, and change. When this love enters your life, it will be a transformative experience that heals old scars, inspires new goals, and enables you to become the person you were always meant to be. Have you stopped to think about the beauty of this love and the potential it has for your life? True love is more than merely achieving a destination. It's about embracing the journey. When you meet your heavenly counterpart, you will start on an incredible journey full of development, excitement, and shared experiences. You will negotiate life's twists and turns together, sharing achievements and supporting one another during difficult times. This love will be your anchor, a partnership founded on trust, compassion, and faith. Ecclesiastes 4:12 informs us that a string of 3 strands is not easily broken. Your relationship, reinforced by God's presence, will be unbreakable and permanent. This love isn't about perfection. It is about celebrating the beauty of life's ups and downs together. You'll laugh, learn, and grow together, creating the basis for a life full of joy, purpose, and satisfaction. Each day will seem like a new chapter in your lifelong journey together. With your genuine love, every moment will be a gift, reflecting God's blessings and His perfect design for your life. Are you prepared to embrace this magnificent adventure as we near the finish of this message? I want to take a moment to thank you for coming here and opening your heart to this message. You are selected, and your road to real love demonstrates your faith, tenacity, and confidence in God's timing. If this message connected with you, please like this post, share it with others who may need to hear it, and subscribe to get future messages of hope, love, and faith. Your sponsorship enables our community to thrive and spread the light of God's love. Before you go, I'd like to give you a blessing. May God infuse your heart with serenity as you trust in His perfect timing. May you find strength in the waiting and joy on the trip. May your true love arrive at the ideal time, bringing with them a deep love that alters your life and pushes you closer to your divine mission. May God bless you, and may your love story serve as a wonderful testimony to His faithfulness and grace. The chosen one. Your love journey has just begun, and the best is yet to come. Step ahead in confidence, trust the process, and know that the love you are about to receive is a mirror of God's infinite love for you. May your journey be blessed. Keep your heart open and your spirit high as you prepare for the incredible love that awaits you. Thank you for being here, and may your life be filled with love, faith, and divine blessings. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, You not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.